Ferry Peak has as the coach that Ferrer doesn't is a world championship of his own from back in his playing days.
Chad, get ready. The match is about to start soon. Make sure you get your vote in. Use the hashtag G2 if you're voting G2 Stride. Use the hashtag VIT if you're voting Team Vitality. As guess what? We are so close to kick off here, Cole. I can see you starting to get a little antsy.
I'm so ready. I want to get on with it. I know the players do. It must be more and more difficult just to deal with the pressure as you sit there, as you wait. Potentially the hardest thing.
Ooh, it's gonna be close, man. This crowd, they're starting to pick it up.
Alpha doing that?
The energy is starting to get better.
You know what this feels like?
What's it feel like, Slater? Talk
This
to me.
run feels reminiscent of Season 7 Vitality.
Yeah.
Where Season 7 Vitality went through the big three of NA, them being Europe's strongest team, G2. I could see it. I could see it. Yesterday was VDS. Today could be Vitality in either, Carmine or Gentlemates, but I like our odds. I do like their odds.
Listen, the juxtaposition, G2 is not going to be easy for them. They're all of North America, all of the world. If you're a MENA fan, if you're an SSA fan, you just need to join in the room with this G2 squad because Vitality, they've got all of Europe behind them and every single team. We want to have the international final, or we could have a potential Vitality versus Carmine rematch or semifinals of the World Championship.
I mean, there's all sorts of storylines that are bubbling and brewing underneath the surface. I think for G2, they have to try and look back at what happened to them when they were in the World's Final against Team VDS. The crowd, they stole that advantage from them, and from that point, they couldn't deal with the momentum. G2 will know they can do the opposite here.
Early on, you had a lot of Zen Daniel comparisons,
Right.
and a lot of credit to myself and Arsenal, but you now have a team around Daniel that is just as, if not more talented than him. I like it. I like it. I think this is the first series that they've played where you the playing field seems even.
Okay.
I'm listening to you, but of course, let's see where you're gonna go here in this particular matchup. We're gonna get into talent predictions, starting with you, Slater. What do you got?
I've stuck with them. I'm with Bates here. I got G2.
Listen, since you want to put me out there, I gotta go G2 as well, man. You got Atomic, you got Beast Mode, you got Daniel, aka Lana. You made a great team, and you gotta do it now for NA, for North America. G2 starts the run here, and they're gonna make it all the way to the grand final and go up against somebody else from
Yes,
EU.
sir. Yes.
I mean, I don't want to feel left out. I've got G2 here as well, and I'm curious how the crowd's going to react to that because we've got little pockets of French fans, but this is G2 against the rest of the world. This is the rest of the world versus France. I genuinely think the way G2 shut down Team BDS yesterday, if Vitality aren't at their absolute best, and they haven't been since last season, they're not going to beat them.
Do we want to do the coin?
Do the coin.
We can do the coin. Here we go.
You didn't say what colors were what.
We already know. G2's blue, Vitality's orange. The coin is orange as well. The coin has been going for Vitality, but I'm not going with the coin. I don't know what they're getting so excited for.
Is it booing or cheering?
Put me up with G2 as well.
Copenhagen, are you ready? Oh my God, I'm so ready. I'm ready. They're getting loud, boy. I'm getting loud. I'm ready to go, man. G2 versus Vitality. Slater, what does G2 have to do to win, and what does Vitality have to do to win?
What does the coin know that we don't?
Like I said, name of the game for G2 today is discipline. They have the talent, they have the skill, they can score at will, they can defend at will. If this team can stay disciplined with cutting the field and their challenging for each other, I don't think there is much Vitality can do.
Copenhagen, are you ready for match one? I think they're ready. Let's roll!
It's finally Sunday, Rocket League's favorite day of the week. For many, Sunday is a day of rest, a day to take it easy and relax after a hard week's work. But not in this house. In this house, we use Sunday to celebrate legacies and crown champions. Friday was not too good to North America, but one beacon of hope still remains. But in their way, the reigning world champions. Two organizations that have competed in multiple World's Finals collide one more time for a spot in the finals here in Copenhagen. What stories will we tell of this international clash of Rocket League Titans? Copenhagen, it's time to kick off Championship Sunday!
Copenhagen, welcome to Championship Sunday, and welcome to the semi-finals. Johnny, let's find out who might go the whole way.
It's a classic, it's an instant classic between Vitality and G2. G2 looking for revenge for the organization. Going back years ago, Vitality simply trying to defend their LAN streak. G2 start off in the Vitality end. You've got to be careful these days with all the kickoff strats going around. A goal can come out of anywhere, but we've made it to midfield play in the opening seconds.
This was Daniel up against Zen. Matchup that many have been looking forward to. Alpha being hounded. As Beast Mode takes away, only up to Zen, picks up 100. No mistakes allowed at this level. Swiss was certainly an interesting one for both these teams. Not as clean as Ivor would have liked. Not as clean as Zen might like this situation to be, but he has controlled it. And he's been the main ball player so far for this Vitality team, but in goes Radosin. It's got good territory.
Well, there's a slow start for G2 yesterday against BDS. They rallied, won 4 straight. Vitality, meanwhile, started off stronger. 3 straight games against Furia. And looks like G2 have come out and matched Vitality in the midfield for the most part. That being said, Vitality have a dangerous center ball there. G2 briefly under pressure, but they escape.
Unbelievable read. It's now Beast Mode up. Backboard looks for the double. Just couldn't quite set up the angle. As Daniel actually collides into his own teammates, they've now got a cut rotation. Try to keep some sort of pressure going. They've done well.
Oh, instant challenge there from Atomic. Is he going through? Oh, you betcha! Atomic 1-0. Immediately challenges Zen and goes all the way himself.
That is unbelievable confidence. Plays Zen before Zen even knew what he wanted to with the ball. Wipes it away from the car. G2 up 1-0.
That's exactly what they need to do. They need to get up, and again, Atomic immediately challenges Zen. It doesn't matter that he's been outplayed there. He's giving his teammates behind him time to get control of the ball. They are absolutely going to be shutting down Zen every time they can, but it's not just Zen. Radosin really showing up yesterday. Alpha really showing up yesterday. That is the style G2 have got to use if they're going to have a chance, not only in this matchup, but to go the distance, which, of course, as you all know, is their plan.
Alpha really does feel like the sleeping giant of this event. We haven't quite seen him up to that kind of level that we know he can reach. Zen, on the other hand, just trying to chase up, doesn't get the 100 boost, but in comes Radosin, looks for the devil tap. Atomic takes it away. Next one up, it's a double commit, so it's so important that you win the ball. Beast Mode did exactly that.
Yeah, G2 are not wasting time in defense. They've got the backboard covered here, infield, a little bit open. It's slightly an opportunity here for Vitality, and it goes in! Alpha lobs it low. There was a G2 defender on the goal line, but it proved to be too awkward of a save.
Yeah, Atomic would have liked it anywhere but over there.
Oh.
Unbelievable placement. And I think if you play that quick and you play that with power, there is a chance Atomic can get to it. You slow it up, Atomic's car is just gonna slide off the backboard.
Yeah, something you can't dodge downwards. You can't use your flip to go down in Rocket League as Vitality now all over G2. Now G2 on the counter attack. They used this against BDS to great effect yesterday. Already a factor. Alpha offloads to Radosin. Not really the bounce off the wall they were looking for. They play it anyway. Radosin with a flip reset. G2 trying to layer that defense, going for one early challenge followed by another. For them, it's all about trying to recreate what they know they can do in practice, what they've done in North America all season long. It's been a difficult time completely transitioning that to the LAN in Copenhagen, but they are getting better every single day.
And for Vitality, it does feel like just avoid catastrophe. They really have been their own worst enemies at times. Up goes Beast Mode. Gonna try and challenge it. Back down. Atomic realizes he couldn't get there in time. So Zen and Alpha pressing forward. And Daniel will be so happy with how that one worked out.
Yeah, Zen didn't have any boost there, just had to play the ball at that moment, or it would have been G2's for free. Complete deadlock in game 1. It's the series we all want to be close after a stunning quarterfinal day yesterday. Every single series delivered it. Who's going to ice it up here at the end is down the middle. Atomic and Beast Mode both jump, but again, these double commits don't really matter for G2 because they are making good on the ball.
Back to the midfield. Atomic does take control, at least momentarily. Sidewall double tap. That's dangerous. Zen's going to respect it. Just curls the ball towards the backboard. Cradles it away from danger. 1 minute left on the clock. Both these teams tied at 1 apiece.
Oh, Beast Mode's gone very deep here, but a back pass brings him back into the game. Daniel to Beast Mode, far to Atomic, to Beast Mode again. It's off the crossbar.
And Redosin and the rest of Vitality were beat. If that was on target, it was 2-1. Now on the opposite side of the field. Atomic keeps it out. Low boost, has to just do well, and he's done exactly that. Redosin looking for a back pass. Alpha would like to take over. Here's Bump for his troubles. This is an opportunity now at G2. Trying to stride forwards, get their chances. Reset from Daniel, not going to be available. That first touch was very heavy. And Redosin is just going to cover it as Alpha hits into him.
Yeah, he tried to leave it there. That's definitely an attempted fake by Redosin, but it was pretty awkward. He couldn't get away from the ball. Still Vitality moving forward towards the closing seconds of regulation. That's not the clear Beast Mode wants it. Zen going to pick it up at the edge of the box. Backboards it, but controlled well by Daniel.
That was so dangerous as well. Daniel can't afford to make any mistakes. G2 can't afford to make any mistakes. Infield to Zen. Double commit. Who's first to it? Daniel. As now the ball hits the floor. We have overtime
in the first game.
Yeah, Vitality accepted the LT there. Looks like it's going to be Daniel's ball first. Play. Early dodge to get it past one. Backboard covered by Vitality. We're back into midfield.
We're back over to the awaiting Alpha. Ball far side. Atomic realizes he has a little bit of time, but does still get there before Redosin. Zen parries the ball straight to Daniel. Daniel, beast mode, beast mode. Oh! Backboard double tap, couldn't get to it.
It's a beautiful infield pass by G2. Absolutely slamming it off the wall. And Redosin's accidentally backflipped there, but he's got follow up with Alpha 54. G2 really have used the center balls to great effect in this game. Atomic undefended, shot saved by Zen. G2 continue to knock on the door.
Alpha looking midfield. Redosin realized he wasn't going to get there first, so no point launching forwards, but now we go to the backboard. Redosin, beast mode, cutting rotation, now cutting across the face of goal. He's bumping Zen. Atomic, that can go to anybody. They'll be happy to see that it was Daniel who looks again for the sidewall double. G2 have got a couple of ideas, and the idea will be to get rid of this.
It's a huge block by Atomic, but it hasn't gone too far. Here's Zen off the ceiling. Goes backboard, but that's blocked as well. Both teams have covered their defensive options extremely well in game one, really not giving any clear-cut chances to the opposition. That's middle. No go, though, for Vitality as again G2 read the pass well.
A couple of demos coming through. We look through the smoke screen. Beast mode. He's not done too well with the challenge. Alpha sticks with. Double commit again, so it's up to Daniel just to control the ball for as long as possible as everyone resets.
Oh, what a touch by Alpha. Tries to go for the fake, but the G2 challengers continue to come in just in the nick of time. They are not slowing down their aggression with their defense. That's a good hit. Zen controls it brilliantly. I mean, that was not an easy first touch, especially in the danger area. He's still going. Zen past two. Of course, G2 have always got that third man.
Looking for the demo. They've got it!
Alpha faked the ball. Gun for the goalie, took him out, and that left it completely uncontested. What a play by Vitality. Just when it looked like G2 had survived, just when it looked like they were going to rally back and get more bodies in the way of the goal, like they've been doing all game, Vitality had numbers at the far post.
Blink and you're missing Vitality. The communication just to come through and say, leave it, I've got you, go and find the goalkeeper. And that is going to be the permanent threat in this matchup. Vitality love to launch the first man. Doesn't matter if they get anything for it, because they can go and steal boost, and more importantly, get rid of your goalkeeper.
Oh, it's Atomic who opened the scoring with an instant challenge against Zen. That was the theme of the game, instant challenges by G2, which I'm delighted to see personally. That's one of the things I was worried about. You know, will G2 kind of get a bit cagey, get a bit nervous? Well, it doesn't look like that's the case. They played well there, but they got caught out at the end. A huge demo by Alpha 54, Redosin with an open net. And he got up and celebrated that one in their faces as well. Vitality, they are the team with the land streak. And It looks like as soon as you put them in front of a crowd, they're right back to their best.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has been the team to beat. We talk about the streaks that are currently going on. Pharaoh will be taking to the field later on to defend his own. But for now, the reigning world champions looking to cement that online is one thing, beating them in front of a crowd is entirely different. As we get into game number 2, Vitality have started off on the front foot, but now that might be about to get challenged.
Oh, it's honestly a great save by Redosin there. Beast Mode made the shot very awkward for him by putting it behind him. Redosin controlled it, kept it in the back corner. This, even though it's close to Vitality's goal, it's usually a safe position for them. Atomic with a chance for the free aerial play. Doesn't have a foot to work with, flying from the ball, but he gets slapped back into it. Didn't have enough momentum on the air double bump pass.
Got a second man coming up, and now look to see who was there first. This time it was Daniel. Beast Mode having an argument with the inside of the goal. As that's now dropped down. They tried, but it was not quite enough.
Alpha's trickery. It looks like he's going across the box. He stops and goes the other way. And Atomic had to play that. It was going to be Zen's either way. Unfortunately, he could not get enough on it. And it's 1-0 Vitality in game 2.
G2 know how this feels all too well. So many of their fans will be thinking, not this team again. Backboard, Redosin almost got there. 2 players needed to stop him, as Redosin is really coming to his own in the latter half of this tournament, as Alpha keeps the pressure on.
We talk about the additional pressure of playing in front of a crowd. For Vitality, they've just been infinitely better in front of a crowd. Now this is a chance for Beast Mode. Atomic's going to join him in the back corner as well. G2 have played a lot of their offense in this exact corner this game. Not too much effect, and now Daniel's lost control. It's on target, saved by Beast Mode, but G2 starting to look a little bit shaky in defense. They need to lock it down.
Interesting how early Vitality are challenging now. No opportunity to control the ball. Zen's going to look for a goalkeeper. Early jump from Beast Mode to avoid it. Look at the chaos caused. So Redosin can finish it off.
Vitality are just in their element. Alpha fakes one, and G2 just get completely tangled in defense. You know, in game 1, they spread out brilliantly. They had the backboard covered, they had the ball challenged, and they had the passing option covered as well. But here, you can see they're just gravitating towards the ball. Fake kickoff there by Vitality. They're going to collect the ball in their back corner. That's something that, although it looks dangerous, they like to use, because it gets them into this midfield play with boost at their disposal.
Zen's going to wait for it, as Beast Mode does clear. Gets the ball straight back over to the Prodigy. And Zen is just collided to midway through the air. Atomic looking to try and make a game of this. Not far off.
Vitality have just really not given G2 anything to work with. They have been in sync in offense as well, which is a scary prospect, because a lot of this season we've talked about how Vitality have lacked that synergy that had them defeating everybody easily at the tail end of last season. Zen over 1 again. G2 have got players back. Vitality are just in cruise control right now. They don't need to force the issue. G2, who's it going to be? We talk about the help Daniel's got here. As Rails pointed out in the desk before the match, this is the most talented roster Daniel's ever been a part of. He doesn't need to carry. Who's going to step up and make that big play to get G2 back on the board?
But in plenty of time, and now Daniel up to the air, immediately challenged. Alpha was having absolutely none of it. Now Zen, beautiful catch, looks to go the whole way. Not gonna happen, but this is the problem here for G2. It is wave after wave of offense, and they're merely surviving.
Yeah, they got no boost. Beast Mode on 1 small pad. Atomic and Daniel had nothing, so it's just constant Vitality pressure. G2 still hunting for a big boost pad. They're just not spawning for them. Atomic, the key challenge to buy some time. How much time? It's Alpha, right next to the goal. Slow playing, little 1-2 with the crossbar. G2 surviving, but they need goals. They need counter-attacks. Vitality are not giving them any opportunities.
Yeah, Daniel's got the ball. He actually has a decent amount of boost here. Beast Mode does take over. Second man up has always been quicker from the boys in orange. Atomic looks to try and catch them out. He's got Daniel waiting backboard, drop down pass, and even that was covered.
That's a great interception by Daniel. But Vitality, no worse for it. They continue to pretty comfortably hold on to this 2-goal lead. I mean, they have been absolutely terrifying in the midfield. G2, a team who are so known for their offense online, really not able to produce any of it here. Solo plays, team plays, all being shut down.
forced all the way to their own side of the field with time running out. 1 minute left in game number 2. As Vitality look to continue their march towards another major championship. This is their best chance of the while, but Daniel's shot left so much to be desired.
Yeah, it's just not good enough for G2. They are lacking quality chances. That was probably the best of the bunch. Got to take a good shot on target. That's much better for G2 as they start to take the risks in the closing stages. Oh, what a save by Redondo. Daniel knocks it in though. G2 finally on the board.
36 seconds to find one more goal. And it took the entire house to get that over the line.
Let's go!
Vitality have got kickoffs. Now let's see if G2 can counter it.
They just need possession. They've got time. One goal is massive here. It swings the momentum towards G2. It's going to be Vitality straight back into offense. And now they really have to be careful. They cannot leave that half chance for G2. They've just finally got something to go their way.
Backpack back on, boy!
Commit though. Look at this from
Put the
Redondo.
backpack on!
Set on that mid-air challenge.
This is not the Redondo that we have seen so far this season. This is so much improved. When his team needed it most, Daniel reset. Oh!
Let's go!
The last time!
Put the backpack on!
Again!
Oh, what a shot by Daniel. Ridiculous angle with the flip reset. Vitality did not think he was going on target from there. No one inside the net to stop the perfect shot. Daniel ties it.
Back to Zen. Goes up. Are we going to another overtime? Alpha will leave it. And that's on target. Not quite.
Oh, let's go! Woo! G2 baby!
Just when you thought a timeout was coming, G2 come back and take you with a 0-second goal. I mean, that is just ridiculous. They had nothing all game. They were so quiet. But that flip reset from Daniel almost took the roof off in Copenhagen. What a goal and what a finish. G2 have just stolen the game right under Vitality's noses.
Well, they still believe.
Let's
The team probably don't believe what just happened to them. That was out of nowhere. The highlights package here will be 90% team vitality, but the 10% that really mattered went to G2. This is where it really felt like things were going also very wrong. And then Daniel shows up.
Unreal.
It just works. Let's take a look one more time. So Daniel, reset. It's just
This
in,
is crazy.
just
I mean,
behind Redosin.
To shoot from this position is really quite a special play by Daniel. And then to produce even a shot on 0 seconds as well. Absolutely brilliant by G2, who, I was getting ready to, ask again, is it a timeout? Is it time for them to just take that quick break and then try to build a comeback like they did yesterday? Well, today they don't need to do that. They've still got their timeout available because they just had that little mental reset in the middle of the game. Huge for G2, huge for North America.
And for so many G2 fans that have been with us for a while, that one will be so good because they will remember certain players scoring in 0 seconds, ruining their chance at a World Championship back in Season 7 with almost the exact same style of play. Now G2 have got all the momentum, but to try and get their second game on the board.
And they almost scored there. It's a great save from Alpha 54. G2 look completely energized by that comeback. Let's see how Vitality responds. They've had a couple of road bumps. It's not all been clean domination, despite winning the last 2 international RLCS events. They know how to bounce back themselves. Talk about that grand final. Very Big was one of the players who played for Vitality, of course, in that famous win against G2 years ago. He stands behind the squad now as the coach, helping them out. This is a chance for Zen. Decides to go over the 50. Daniel defends him beautifully.
Zen tried to go low and Daniel still had that one red. Now in goes Zen yet again. G2 have not backed down just yet from trying to challenge as early as possible. But now Beast Mode's missed it. Zen challenging. That's going to drop down. Will Zen want to turn? Not quite. Instead, waits for the ball to come to him.
Go G2! Come on, Daniel, where's the backpack?
Touch. Does need a bit of help.
You see
keeps it from Alpha. Now Radosin with players to aim for.
Uh-oh.
Now, off the backboard, Daniel clears the safety.
Oh, well played, Daniel again. Just getting that one extra touch to make sure that G2 are not going to be in trouble there. Looked like it might be another chance for Vitality. Beast Mode now trying to chase down his own play. No, it's to Atomic, and it's in!
Let's go, Atomic! Woo!
They are clinical when required. 4 goals in a row now for G2. Well in control. Can they now finish this off? Kickoff goes back to Radosin, who can play this now at the stadium. That's not rolled the way he would like to. Cross on the work, off the backboard. Early challenge. Beast Mode has to launch early. Did not want to get caught 2v1.
A solid third man commit there by Beast Mode. It's a clean angle to attack the ball from, so as not to get dunked on. Vitality being a bit frustrated here. Towards the end of last game, now the start of this one. That pressure is so easy to come by. Suddenly, only few and far between moments in the G2 end. Alpha's been taken out of the game here. Follow up by Atomic, save this time. Daniel on target. Slowly, Radosin lobs it. Clear, but not too far. G2 still in offense. Can Beast Mode center, use it. Oh, using the backboard beautifully there. G2 look like a completely different team.
Reset, looking for the next one up. It's Daniel, backboard, double tap. In comes Beast Mode. Just needs to try and drop this down to a teammate. That's Radosin, he's good. So Atomic! We'll finish it off!
Perfect pressure play by G2. Beast Mode denies Radosin's clear by landing on him. And Atomic goes over the top of 2. Completely boosts our Vitality defenders. What a regain this was by G2. And boy, are they running with it.
Oh, and now Radosin's by himself with Beast Mode chasing! Wow. And Radosin was just too slippery.
I mean, that really is a huge save. If G2 go ahead 3 goals here, suddenly that's 6 unanswered. About a 5-minute window. It could still be with Daniel in the air, reset. Saved by Alpha before it can get anywhere near the goal. And Radosin just opts for the ground play here. You can see the pre-jump challenge coming in on the right of the screen there. Vitality are really struggling to link up all of a sudden. But completely stunned by G2's brilliance. Now here comes Alpha though. Oh, the temporary reset, but saved by G2.
They are not out just yet. And they will be sure to remind us of that fact. Atomic looking to try and put this one away. I could imagine a 3-goal lead with this amount of time left would be safe enough, but here comes Zen. With Radosin over in support. Watch to see if Daniel would have a mistouch. That does not happen. Instead we've got Atomic looking backboard. What a read this would be! Not far off!
I mean, that's just brilliant by Atomic again. It's really come to life in this game. The link up with Beast Mode to open the scoring. Now here comes G2 on the counter-attack. We're in the final minute. They look solid, but all of a sudden a long clear hits off their backboard. Glad to see that one go by.
Looking for the down shot. That's going to be so
Let's go! Come on!
Cause destruction! Cause G2 fans
Darn it.
around the world to get a bit more worried.
Well, G2
All
had
of
the boost
them
there.
are
They
right
just needed
there.
a challenge. It's what we've been complimenting them on all day. They have not held back. They've not waited. They have been going forward at the ball that time. Not so much. Now Radosin straight away on the kickoff. Leech Mode dispossessed him here. 40 seconds to work with for Vitality as they attempt to do what G2 did in Game 2.
Alpha not quite there for the reset, but he can still follow. 0 boost. So whatever he does here, he's going to be very laid back. Zen, first touch. Actually opens up a gap here for G2 to challenge. They will take exactly that opportunity. One more chance. 20 seconds. Radosin is midfield should they require. Instead, Alpha goes for the pre-jump.
Oh my goodness.
They've done it!
Pre-jump by Radosin. He shields the ball, denying the clear, and Zen slots an equalizer. I mean, this is just ridiculous. G2 from 2 behind in Game 2. Vitality from 2 behind in Game 3. What a series. We're only 3 games in. We're not even done. Will we have more regulation drama?
Up goes. Zen moves in. It's down to Beast Mode, who will accept the overtime. Who is going to take the second one?
Another Cat flip kickoff by Vitality. Zen follows up closely though, and it does give the ball away to Daniel, who's off the ceiling. Not able to get anything on target. Radosin intercepts the pass as well. Now it's Vitality on the counter attack. Offloaded to Zen, who's been demoed out the play.
Back into the midfield. Daniel launches to Atomic. Ceiling. It's dropping dangerously. Radosin nice and calm. Alpha looking for the setup. He's got Zen, far side, who waits for it, takes over. Now it's up to G2 to defend.
Yeah, where there's challenges from G2. Looks like they are playing this one out aggressively. Beast mode off the ceiling. Looks like it's going to be Vitality's ball again, though. They take it away from it. End-to-end stuff. Both teams happy to up the pace.
Off the backboard, Zen has to wait for Alpha. Didn't want to land on his own teammate. That's dropped through. Beast mode. Buys some time for his team. Back to the midfield. Daniel with Beast mode. Look at Zen. Oh, not far off.
A great attempt to the bump there. That was the play to go for. But Zen avoids it, takes control. This is going to be available for Radosin. He goes for a control touch on the backboard. Baits in one challenge. Flying after the ball now. It's a 3v1. Vitality and bodies forward there. G2 with a crucial recovery. They've got to stay aggressive. G2 in that defensive game. They conceded the first in this game by backing off and giving too much space to Alpha 54. Not made that mistake so far in overtime.
In goes Atomic for the challenge. That's going to bounce off for everybody to try and chase. Alpha to Zen, who's not going to get there before Beast mode. Every single time that ball is launched long, now just following it up, seeing who they can demo. Make the path just that little bit easier. That's going to drop down, and Alpha doesn't look too happy. But he's got the rest of the team. Beast mode, controls, drops it, backboard double, next one up, can't take the shots.
Oh, it's so close for G2. The ball just would not fall in front of net. Vitality are scrambling, though. Not a lot of boost available for them. That's a huge clear to buy them some time.
Daniel resets, Beast mode. Straight towards Zen, who has had to just camp over on this backboard for the longest time. This is not where Vitality want their talisman. Beast mode, off the ceiling, drops down! Oh! It's Atomic!
Let's go! That's two.
Unreal by G2 again. That far post approach by Atomic, covering the clearing options. And even though Vitality got something on it, it didn't go far enough. 2 games straight for G2. One with a comeback, one with an overtime win after a Vitality comeback. How are Vitality feeling now? They took the opening game here. They look comfortable on the stage. Now not so much. A lot of thought on that left side.
And that entire overtime just seemed to belong to G2. They have figured something out here that they are very, very happy about indeed. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the Mobile One high performance replay. And it was high performance the entire way. And Johnny, I'll let you announce this one.
Timeout Vitality. We wondered if it was going to come through. Yes, they were able to take momentum away from G2 in the middle of this game. They were able to come back, but that's still 2 games in a row for G2. Vitality really up against it in that most recent game for the most part. They did well to come back, of course. I mean, that's a great equalizer with just 10 seconds left. There's been a lot of goal mouth scrambles today, Shogun, and Vitality are the victims of the last one.
Well, that just sort of feels like how modern Rocket League now is. You are not going to outplay an entire team and score off it. Usually, the best you can hope for is outplay them and force everyone to panic. And then see, all right, who's next one up? Can we get this over the goal line? The defenses of both these teams, goal line especially, is astronomical. Here's now up to the brand new coach of Vitality, Fairy Peak. One of those stars on that jersey belongs to him. Looking to try and continue the legacy of one of the most storied orbs in Rocket League.
And it is Fairy Peak in the talking right now. Trying to
What do you mean?
rally the troops, trying to get them back into the series. It's a weird one for Vitality. They were cruising in game 2. It just looked like they were about to take a 2-0 lead. G2 stole it from them with some unreal play. It was Daniel who sparked the comeback with a flip reset. And in game 3, it was even more G2. Vitality have got to figure out how to win back that midfield and how to stop G2 from controlling the pace of the play.
We have required 2 overtimes and a 0-second masterclass in this series so far. And we are just hopefully barely about to reach halfway. Timeout is over. Let's go to Utopia as Atomic starts off. He's over against the 1v1. He's almost found a way through.
Yeah, there's good support from Vitality there. Well, salvage well by Beast Mode. He didn't get the read right as he jumped, but able to recover beautifully. G2 pouncing on all these half players by Vitality. That was the theme of the end of the last game as well. Vitality could not get rid of the ball long enough to re-establish boost control.
Those 2 middle boosts have belonged to G2 for the longest time. Redosin looking for the ceiling. I don't know if he's got the reset. We're about to find out. Cut rotation, 2 players, but now that means there is a swarm of blue cards. They can leave it, but not for long enough.
Yeah, I like the idea by Daniel there, but Vitality saw it coming. That's been another theme of the LAN, is these fake aerials with quick follow-ups. Always got to be aware, not just of the player on the ball, but the next one coming behind.
Daniel is gone, at least for now, sent to the Scrappy. Now dropped to Redosin, more demos. Zen takes the shot, save once again.
Daniel with so much goal coverage there. You'd think he'd be the one in trouble, but he kept his momentum even out of boost and launched himself back into the ball off the other side of the crossbar. Still Vitality coming forward though, Alpha under 1. The follow-ups are coming in so quickly now for G2. Looks like that timeout has not affected them negatively at all.
Both these teams are just vying for so much midfield pressure. You can see in the background, Atomic wanted to put Alpha out of position. So now Beast Mode turns. And choose just to trek back for the time being. Even helps his teammate out on the way through. But Boost is a huge commodity right now. Beast Mode off the wall. Zen tries to target Redosin. Redosin back to Zen. Just too far out to really trouble G2.
Well, that shot is obviously going to get saved, but it's about the follow-up for Vitality. They need to use that to try and set up the next attack, and that's what they're doing here. Beast Mode with a huge bump onto Zen there. Denies the aerial play before it could even get started. Now Alpha leaving it for Redosin. Strike for a sideball read there, missed it. They cannot afford to make these mistakes. G2 have been all over them whenever they leave a ball uncontested for even a split second.
Again, you can see the respect that Zen is commanding. 2 players sent to try and stop him. Zen's gonna go for the pinch. Not quite there before Daniel. As again Atomic just wipes through. Vitality have done well just to not get hit in those positions. But they also need to stop getting put in those positions as Zen not gonna choose to attack. Waits. Ball goes midfield and Daniel clears.
Like you mentioned before, it has been a bit of a struggle for Vitality to establish boost control in this matchup. At least the second half of it that we've seen. G2's ability to respond on stage has been nothing short of extraordinary. From 2 games down yesterday against BDS and looking like they're about to go 2 down against Vitality. Dosen clears. These are testing shots. This was maybe a bit more testing by Beast Mode. That's cleared as well. Vitality scrambling again though in defense.
This match really does feel like it's on a knife's edge. Who will be the magician? Who will make the mistake? Might be Beast Mode.
I feel like Beast Mode's sleeping.
Covers the backboard. Now Daniel drops the ball down, leaves it for his teammate, and somehow still, Zen had the read.
More fake aerials by G2. Vitality will need to be keeping an eye on everyone in the play at all times. Boost right now in defense, so they should be fine. As soon as those numbers run low, they look like they're panicking in defense. Whereas G2, it doesn't seem to matter what boost they're on. Massive redirect by Beast Mode. In fact, maybe a bit too much as it goes over the top of Atomic in the midfield. Here comes Alpha. He's not able to get onto the ball. Does get a pop high though to Redosin. Follow-up is a little bit wayward here. Vitality taking the scenic route.
50 seconds on the clock. Goes down. You already see Redosin is waiting. What can Alpha do to try and set him up? He's also got Zen on the far side. But will now be called into action. 100 boost. Ball available. What can he cook up? Looks to try and set it up. And Daniel finds a challenge, puts it wide. This is the best spell that Vitality have had in quite some time. Will not want to lose possession. Will not want to lose territory. They go again.
Zen keeping that clear away from the wall where G2 are looking to pre-jump, and that's giving Vitality a bit of pressure here. Redosin confidently up for it. Final few seconds of the game. Vitality have had a lot of pressure, but not really that many chances to score.
Drops down, Atomic. Zen now just skying past him. Redosin, wait for Alpha to take control. Next one up. Alpha's actually lost that one, so Zen accepts the overtime. That was a little bit too close.
Yeah, gladly accepted overtime there, Zen, grounding it. And now he'll be first to make a play on the ball in overtime. Stealing interception by Daniel, controlled well to the backboard.
No mistakes allowed here from Atomic. Needs to find a bit of a gap. Has done so, and now he's got beast mode.
Oh!
Puts the ball to the side. Dosen turns just in time. These launched balls give you so much time to think, so much time to potentially make one mistake. Dosen's going to trek back. He's got plenty of boost to work with. Maybe not as much time as he wanted, as that's now across the face of goal. Zen's got some time. 30 seconds into this overtime, still no winner.
Well, G2 continue to arrive at the perfect time with their supporting players when shot opportunities arrive. They are not lacking in any confidence moving forwards. As again, Atomic follows up immediately on Beast Mode's pass. Now off the side while Daniel taking his time. No immediate challenge coming through. Back post pass intercepted.
Back pass this time for Beast Mode. Wanted someone to challenge him, did get his wish. Atomic, who's he going to get the ball past? He's doing so well. That's dropped down. So there we go. Puts G2 on match point.
Atomic with a huge play.
Rewind, baby.
Bumping everyone out the way. Nobody went out to meet him. And he cleared the defense, leaving it uncontested. Triple match point G2. All the NA hope in the world. From NA's only hope at the start of the day, even at second series yesterday. But they have just really grown into this Sage environment. And it's Vitality, the defending world champions, the two-time LAN champions, who are in massive trouble.
And no timeout to work with. That was the match post timeout. They've now got to do it back to back to back. They've got the players, they've got the talent. Do they have the ice? And maybe, Johnny, the same can be said about G2. Can they now go and get the job done? Because so far, this has been close to perfect.
Yeah, it's going all the way back to that game too. That was a great save. Daniel and Zen both phenomenal saves at the end of the game. But last play of the game, no one from Vitality matching Atomic there for momentum. They didn't go out to meet him. They kind of panicking, just letting him advance. And you look at G2 on the other end of the pitch, not a panic in sight. You know, they play a lot of defense this event. They've been #1 defense in Swiss and continuing to look like the #1 defense in the playoffs as well. It's so difficult in these stressful situations to get the comms right. And that's where G2 have been a different level.
But Vitality have tried to rally the troops. We go to Aquadome, and we see whether or not we will require a Game 6, or if G2 can get this done way earlier than I think many would have them beating a team like Vitality. Zen, oh my goodness! The magician pulls it out the hat!
I mean, just how on earth the Zen scored here. That first touch is unreal. He blocks it, top ends, past the entire G2 defense, #1 defense, 1v3 from Zen.
We have triple match point. Who cares? We've got Zen. Daniel leaves it for beast mode. Almost caught them all out. Zen was the last one back. Now Redosin gives chase. Unable to get there before beast mode did. Who looks to take everybody on. It seems to be just get the challenges, get the demos. Once again, Zen has to avoid. Look to transition, leaves it for Alpha. Drops down again for Redosin, who's got a bit of time to work with here. Looking to go backboard. Daniel can't afford to make any mistakes, but Vitality also did not want to send the numbers.
Beast Mode off the backboard is saved just in the nick of time as Alpha gets demoed by Atomic as soon as he made the save. Is a continued theme. Vitality are not challenging at that midfield line. They're a bit afraid of overextending, a bit afraid of getting outplayed by G2. That's not really something that you can afford to have in these situations. You can't hold back. You have to get those challenges in early. Buy time for the players behind you.
Zen up against beast mode. Beast mode actually follows!
Oh.
That could have been one each. Instead, Redosin leaves it for Alpha, who will continue to give chase. Not good challenge. Steals the 100. Now back to midfield. Will there be the backboard read? Oh my goodness, yes there is. And still, Zen keeps them out.
It's still shocking to see Vitality letting a ball come through. They're not reading these clears by G2 very well right now. G2 might be down 1-0. They are still the team. Are making more progress easily when it comes to territory.
Beast mode delays. Gonna go up yet again. He's got chaos at the moment on Vitality. He's got some bugs, but he doesn't have any support. G2 did not want to fight at that. It's Alpha. This is so awkward. He's done well.
Oh my goodness.
There's just an error happening.
Is there anyone left with the pitch there? Vitality. G2 trading demos, now double reset. Daniel continues to air dribble dunk it. Atomic's also committed to beast mode, has to be careful. And he is. Solid 50 and a continuation as well from beast mode to give his teammates time to get back.
Drop down there for Daniel. We're going to try and even us back up. He's got Atomic far side. Instead, looking to cause that chaos yet again. Now Vitality have the ball victim to. Back midfield, Alpha gets the ball up. Just going to chase. No real reason to send the house just yet for Vitality, unless there is a clear-cut opportunity.
There's still a bit of hesitation with their challenges, Vitality. They're lacking momentum in a lot of these exchanges, having to grind to a halt like Zen is here. Of course, that makes it a little bit trickier to be flexible, to cover more than one angle. Can't turn on the spot in Rocket League. You've got to drive in a circle. Atomic again tried to replicate what he did at the end of last game. This time Vitality were privy to it.
You're seeing the issues that is causing. The fact they have been so slow means that they are more vulnerable to these demo plays. Beast Mode, he's got two coming after him. Atomic almost got demo straight off the respawn. That would have been very tilting. Zen off the wall. Like any other time, Vitality might have had a look at continuing to press that advantage, but now they'll happily just take the time off the clock.
Yeah, still 90 seconds for G2. They were able to produce 2 late goals in the second game this series to completely steal momentum. Can they stop Redosin? Yes, they can. Recovery challenge by Atomic. Now you've got Dangle on the ball. He seems to be glued to it right now as he's locked in. Beast mode. Air dribbling forward. Bumps Alpha out of the way. Redosin comes in and takes away the ball.
Zen ends up missing it, and now Vitality struggling to try and find out who's supposed to take it. Thankfully, their confusion was also G2's confusion, but that's such an awkward bounce. In goes Beast Mode. It was a bit too close to the shots and couldn't get any power.
Yeah, he's trying to get there as fast as possible. The quickest follow-up he can get. A bit too high for him to react to. Now, final 50 seconds. Long pass from Beast Mode. Daniel's going to be first up in the play. Zen challenges. It's passed off. Still, no goal for G2, and they didn't get a regulation goal in the last game either. It's been low scoring. Vitality tried to mount the comeback.
In field for Atomic, couldn't find the target. 30 seconds. Vitality have to hold this or they are eliminated. Beast Mode goes low, takes the challenge. That is not on target, but they are running out of time.
That's a huge challenge by Vitality as the clock ticks down. Final 10 seconds approaching. G2 have had all the offense. Vitality have defended bravely, still holding on to that 1-goal lead. Can they cross the finish line?
Beast Mode for Atomic. Atomic can't get there. Everyone's faking out. Daniel out there for Atomic. Not enough power. Vitality have stabilized.
But that didn't look comfortable. That did not look comfortable. A lot of defense for Vitality there. I mean, if that's the game plan that they've gone for, then it definitely worked out. Let's just save defense, and then at some point Zen's going to 1v3 G2's best defense in the world. I mean, fair play to them.
It's a plan. It's certainly some sort of idea.
I mean, it's not the way modern Rocket League is played, really. Only 2 shots for Vitality. G2 had all the pressure. 10 shots to their name. 11 shots to their name, in fact. Vitality got the one that counted, and it was a worldie by Zen. I mean, that first touch is disgusting.
See just how close G2 came. Not quite towards Beast Mode. Atomic didn't quite have enough to get it past 2 launching defenders. You can tell now why the Vitality fans have been so nervy, because it is a nervy series.
I mean, they look nervous now. Vitality had to defend for almost 5 minutes in that game. And it's not nice when G2 are swarming around you, grabbing all the boosts in the midfield, and you're left to just your pads around your goal area, fighting for the back corners. But Vitality got the dub. They send us into Game 6 as one of the best playoffs we've ever seen in the history of Rocket League continue.
Atomic to the far side. Just has a faking Zen just in front of him. Are we going to Champions Field yet again? Or has Daniel got something to say about it? Up comes Beast Mode. Zen there just in time.
That was a double commit from Vitality, and not a good one. Not a quality double commit, where you're covered in different angles. They're both covered in the same shot there. That's just the aura that Daniel's got now. Beast Mode, center ball. No one there for G2. I think that G2 have had more flip resets this game than Vitality have had touches on the ball.
Up we go yet again. Atomic, ceiling, reset. Daniel far side, he might go the whole way by himself. But Dosen goes to meet him. This is where Vitality have played their entire series, and now they are vulnerable to bumps and demos yet again. And that leaves the shot for Atomic. G2 strategy strikes again.
Perfection with a finish. Sense clear goes nowhere. And Atomic gets it on the right side of the post. It was the inaccuracy with their shooting that plagued them through a lot of the Swiss stage. They have had no problems slotting shots in the semi-finals.
So now Vitality have got to change up what we're seeing, because Daniel's moving in. Looks for the second. Zen pops the ball over the top. Beast Mode and Daniel both trying to chase back, as Zen narrowly doesn't hit Daniel. Still looking for more players. Vitality will not want to give up this territory. It's been so rare that they've had opportunities for themselves, and that one is going to hurt to see fly over their heads.
All momentum has been G2's ever since that Game 2 comeback. It makes you wonder, even though it was Vitality winning for most of that game, would it have been smart to call a timeout there and try to stop this momentum early? G2 have been relentless. Vitality, again, on the back foot, this time with a goal disadvantage. We asked earlier on who's going to step up for G2. Daniel did. It's almost a rhetorical question with Zen on the pitch. Who's going to step up for Vitality? Here he comes again, and he does it again!
He will drag G2 kicking and screaming out of this tournament if he has to. G2 won, Vitality won. They just won't go away.
I mean, Zen is just something else in these games. These goals are insane to witness. G2 have looked like the best team. We keep saying it. And Zen's just gone past their whole team again. He just goes straight through them with the air dribble dunks.
Atomic didn't quite get enough on it, but Vitality were expecting a little bit more, and that's actually put them off. Now that's so awkward for everybody. Redosin, the ball to be chased. Zen. Alpha's not going to get there, so now some time for Beast Mode to work with. Tries to get past everybody. Not quite going to happen, but Redosin again has missed the ball. So now Vitality, they're scrambling. Back pass, shot, on target, Zen stops it.
Vitality have absolutely no boost. Free jump by Beast Mode. They're trying to get the ball up high where Vitality can't follow, but back corner spawn for Alpha 54 there. And he used it to make a play on the ball, but not for long. G2 coming forward again.
Redosin's one that has the most of it, and thankfully he's the one on the ball. So now we pop out to the midfield. Huge launch in from Alpha. He's going to be so laid back. Oh, and it's so difficult. Zen controls the ball opposite side of the field.
Well, he was going to go for a pinch clear there, decided not to, because this went straight to a G2 player. Now Vitality have got some offense of their own. Zen's goal seems to have brought some life back into them. Definitely brought some life into Zen. He's starting to dominate. Redosin, shot saved by Atomic.
Now Zen deciding not to go forwards.